great.
Just looking now at that Qatar team that's been waiting for this match for so long. The Middle East's first World Cup is about to begin. Qatar's first ever World Cup game is about to kick off.
From kickoff until the final whistle, we'll bring you extensive coverage throughout the World Cup.
Action from all of the games, the joy and the heartache.
Experts and match analysis from our studios in Doha. And excitement from around the city and across the globe. Join us for Qatar 2022 on Al Jazeera.
Every footstep moving in sync with the world to bring health equity for all. To be together again with the ones far apart. With transformation and collaboration, Indonesia urges and leads the world in moving forward as one. Recover together, recover stronger.
A diverse range of stories from across the globe, from the perspective of our network's journalists on Al Jazeera.
Okay, this is Al Jazeera. You're watching special coverage of the World Cup 12 years after winning the rights to host football's biggest tournament, the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022. Finally kicked off. Host Qatar are playing Ecuador in the tournament opener at Al Bayt Stadium. We're joined by our panel of global experts, Usha Gamagisha, Gemma Soler and Juan Arango. Gemma, let's start with you in terms of setting the tone for the tournament. How important is this opening game? And for the hosts in particular, bearing in mind they've never had any tournament experience at a World Cup, they're going to want to make a good start, aren't they?
Yes, of course. I mean, this never happened that the host nation will play their first official World Cup game. So much pressure for these young players, for this team under construction. They have been preparing so much. They have also the game that they probably need to get the 3 points if they want to progress to the knockout stages. They know the whole world is watching this. Half of the world will be watching at some point this World Cup, and it's such an amazing time. It's every 4 years. For the players, for the fans, for us, the journalists, covering a World Cup is a dream come true. So yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a great World Cup, and we will see about this game because we are talking about two very defensive, where the strong point of these two teams is the defensive line, and maybe a little lack of creativity in the final third, but I'm sure it's going to be a lot of enjoyment in this game.
Juan, what do you think are going to be some of the big themes of this World Cup? So many people focused on this being the final World Cup for so many players, Lionel Messi, Neymar potentially, Cristiano Ronaldo. But do you think there's the possibilities, there always is, that young players will burst onto this World Cup and grab everyone's attention?
And yes, I think it's not only that, it's going to be the depth of the team, the supporting roles that are being assumed by various individuals on certain teams. Who are those support players? The Rodrigo de Pauls, the Casemiros, those types of players, are they the ones that step up, that really make that star player look good or look better than they are actually playing? That's going to be something very interesting to look at.
And Ashu, we've not talked too much about the state of the African champions, Senegal. Obviously, their main player, Sadio Mane, who has had so much attention in the build-up to this World Cup, he's talked about it so much and is now out through injury. What sort of a setback is that for Senegal, who obviously are in the same group as Qatar and Ecuador?
It's a huge loss because this is a player who is extremely irreplaceable. It's Sadio Mane. He's the country's, highest goal scorer of all time with 34 goals. The next in line has 10 goals. And you just, know that even him as his character, the character that he brings into the Teranga Lions, the relationship that he has with Aliou Cissé, the respect he has among his teammates and back home, and even here in Doha, the mural with the Senegal player is Sadio Mane, even though he's injured and not here. That's how much he means to the team. But just looking at the team setup right now, I think that a couple of players have to step up. Of course, the captain, Kalidou Koulibaly, he's not had such a great time at Chelsea so far in the Premier League this season. Edouard Mendy, same. At some point, Kepa was playing in goal for Chelsea. But I think the two of them know that this is it. Now there's no more hiding behind the shadows of Sadio Mane. They must step up and they must make the Senegalese and African fans very proud.
Just for everyone watching at home, in the right of your screen, you'll see fans in Ecuador, fans in Qatar on the top right. Depending on how much they start jumping around, you might get an indication as to who's just scored a goal. Gemma, in terms of, I'm just going to pause for a second here. We've got the first goal of the Qatar 2022 World Cup. I think it was scored by Enner Valencia,
Former Everton man. And again, a big mistake by the Qataris in defense. The goalkeeper comes off his line, not able to get the ball, and Enner Valencia finding the ball in front of the goal.
That's the start Qatar didn't want, because if they were feeling some pressure, now they have the double of it. It's too early in the game, and now it's a key moment to Felix Sanchez to keep their man called down, and it's a mistake. I mean, things happen in football, but yeah.
And we've spoken before about how strong Ecuador's defence is. It's going to be difficult for Qatar to get back into this game.
I mean, you have to go back to World Cup qualifiers, Andy, to see the last time Ecuador was able to score off the run of play. And again, it's not saying that they're poor offensively, it's just that offensively they were struggling a great deal after World Cup qualifying, after they qualified for the World Cup. And now you're starting to see exactly when they're in form, when they can do it, the type of players that they can create opportunities.
Well, the thing about the World Cup is that when you're given a gift, you literally take it with two hands and then you move forward. Ecuador have done just that, and that's a perfect start. They could never ask for a better start than this.
Put, a really nice ball on top of it, too, to boot.
I think back to Qatar winning the Asian Cup in 2019 when they did it in the United Arab Emirates. This is a team with a good degree of character. There is, in fact, a VAR check on that goal, so maybe we'll just stand by for a second and see if the goal is allowed. Felix Sanchez, the Qatar coach, looking a bit nervous. Gemma, just tell us a little bit about Felix Sanchez. He was at Barcelona, wasn't he, where he started out in the youth academy there. What sort of principles and philosophy will he have brought from Barcelona to Qatar?
He's a La Masia, so the Academy of Barcelona, so he's got this Barcelona DNA. And so he's learned that way of playing, that playing with the ball, being offensive, having that idea. Of course, then you need to adjust to the players that you have. but he's been here a long time, and he's been exporting that La Masia way of understanding football in Aspire.
We are just hearing that I think Felix Sanchez will be quite happy at the moment because VAR has stepped up and the goal has been disallowed.
Yeah, foul on the goalkeeper.
Foul on the goalkeeper, and it is still 0-0. It's only taken us 10 minutes, but I think it's time for our first chat about VAR. What?
You know, I was about to say that, and I was like, man, maybe I should keep quiet. But here we are.
Well, I mean, do you think it's been a positive for